In 1999, Jack Ma, a former teacher, gathered 17 friends in his apartment and convinced them to invest in his internet idea. Everyone thought he was crazy. This small meeting grew into Alibaba, now worth over $400 billion. Behind this success is a story of rejection and persistence that changed business. Growing up in Hangzhou, eastern China, Ma wasn't a business genius as a child. Born in 1964 to parents who performed musical storytelling, he became interested in English. As a teacher, he rode his bike 40 minutes every morning to a hotel to offer free tours to foreign visitors so he could practice English. He worked hard at English but struggled with academics. After failing the National College Entrance exam twice, he passed on his third try. He went to Hangzhou's Teachers Institute and graduated in 1988, becoming an English teacher earning $12 monthly. Teaching helped him develop key skills. In the classroom, Ma learned to explain complex ideas simply, tell stories that inspired others, and use his natural charisma. These skills later helped him sell his vision to investors and employees. Rejection followed him. "I went for a job with the police," they said. "You're no good." Ma once said, "I applied to Harvard Business School and was rejected 10 times. I went to KFC when it came to my city. 24 people went for the job, 23 were accepted. I was the only guy who wasn't." In 1995, Ma visited the United States with a Chinese delegation. In Seattle, a friend showed him the internet.
"Jack, search whatever you want on the internet." I said, "How can I search? What does search mean?" He said, "Just type." I said, "I don't want to type." "Computer's so expensive in China, I don't want to destroy it." He said, "It's not a bomb." The first word called beer. At that time, very slow. Come out the American beer, Japan beer, and the German beer, but no China beer. So I was curious and I type China. No China, no data.
There's almost no information about China online. This sparked an idea, but success didn't come right away. His first 2 internet ventures, China Pages and China Yellow Pages, failed. Working from a small apartment with poor internet, Ma tried to convince businesses that the web was the future. Few people in China had computers or internet access, making his vision seem too early. These failures taught him valuable lessons. Ma learned business through mistakes. He found out how important it was to keep things simple for users, especially where internet knowledge was low. His teaching background helped as he explained the basic concept of the internet to potential customers. The rejections kept Ma connected to everyday people's challenges. This helped him create platforms for small businesses, not just for big corporations. "I'm not smart enough or have particular skills," Ma often said, "but I know people. I know what they want." By early 1999, after many setbacks, Ma had refined his vision. Using everything he learned from his failures and his communication skills from teaching, he was ready to take another risk. In 1999, Alibaba started in Jack Ma's small apartment in Hangzhou. This modest space, with slippers by the door and toothbrushes in the wash basin, Ma gathered 18 ordinary people, teachers, engineers, and former journalists, who believed in his vision. Among them was Joe Tsai, who left a high-paying finance job for this uncertain venture. Ma focused on what small businesses needed. While tech startups focused on coding, Ma created a platform where small businesses could compete with larger companies. "I want to build a company that will last 102 years, Ma told his potential co-founders. When he asked these 18 people to contribute their life savings, he invited them to believe in a future where Chinese businesses could connect with global markets. They pooled $60,000, all the money they could gather. When investing in Chinese internet companies seemed risky, this showed their belief in Ma's vision.
而今天，我想把大家请过来，跟大家共同探讨以后至少5年、10年我们要做的事情。那么阿里巴巴我们将做成怎么样？我想，从黄页的时候我就提过，黄页所要瞄准的对象不是国内展的，而是国际展的。我们所有的竞争对手不在于中国，而在于美国的硅谷。如果说第一，我们把阿里巴巴定位 就把它作为国际站点，我们不要把它定为是国内站点。第二个呢，我想就是我们要学会硅谷人的一种拼劲。如果说我们是早上8点钟下班，8点钟上班，5点钟下班，这个不是搞高科技啊，这个绝对不是我们阿里巴巴能成功。如果是我们有这种精神，反正我上班了，就是8点钟上班，5点钟下班了 ，OK， 赶紧去其他地方。人家美国人强就强他的硬件，强就强他的系统建设，这方面确实比你早。但是玩信息玩软的，中国人的脑袋绝不比你们差。我们在座的所有的人的脑袋绝不比你们差。这就是我们敢跟美国人斗的结果。谁都知道 ，Internet 是个泡沫。我刚才讲的危机感就是 Internet 这个泡沫现在越来越，什么时候破？然后呢，把股票掉了，eBay 股票会涨。那么有一天 eBay 股票涨了以后，可能阿里巴巴社区的股票涨，所以不要担心。我觉得 Internet 这个梦不会破，这个泡沫不会破。我们为后面的3、5年所付出的代价是非常惨重。只有这样的惨重的代价，才会赢得我们未来的取得的成功。
Ma chose the name Alibaba because it was known worldwide and symbolic, like the story Where Open Sesame revealed hidden treasures. Ma saw his platform opening doors for small businesses. The name was easy to say in almost any language. The team's strength came from their different backgrounds. The teacher brought communication skills, the engineer practical solutions, the journalist storytelling abilities, together forming a team that complemented Ma's leadership. Critics said Ma would fail because he lacked technical knowledge. Yet what critics saw as weaknesses, Ma's teaching background, and the team's focus on human connection rather than technical skill, became Alibaba's strength. When the dot-com bubble burst in 2000, internet companies worldwide failed. Yet Alibaba survived by focusing on making money, rather than just growing users, managing their limited resources and staying true to their mission. The team's strength came from Ma's ability to inspire belief in the seemingly impossible. When problems arose, Ma reminded his team of the small businesses they helped, those left behind in the digital revolution. This sense of purpose kept them going when logic might have told them to quit. Are you tired of juggling multiple AI subscriptions? Meet Monica AI. With Monica, access premium AI models like GPT-4, Claude, and Gemini, all in one place. No more hefty fees or complicated setups. Whether you're a creator, developer, or student, Monica's powerful tools streamline your workflow. From document analysis to content generation, it's designed to save you time and money. Generate stunning visuals, automate coding tasks, and translate documents in over 120 languages, all at your fingertips. Plus, customize outputs to fit your unique style. With over 800,000 plus users who have transformed their productivity with Monica AI. Start with our free plan today and unlock the future of AI assistants. Click the link in the description to learn more. When eBay entered China in 2003, Alibaba faced a competitor with 100 times more resources.
Today, eBay is truly a global marketplace. There are now 147 million users around the world in over 150 countries. We have a presence in 33 markets around the world, including Australia, Canada, China.
Most people thought you couldn't win against a giant like eBay, unless you changed the rules. eBay bought local platform EachNet for $180 million, with billions in resources and success in Western markets. eBay seemed set to win. It looked like the big company would simply take over the local competition. Jack Ma saw something others didn't. As eBay celebrated its purchase, Ma gathered a small team and launched Taobao in May 2003. The name meant searching for treasure. Ma used a bold strategy. While eBay charged sellers fees for listings and sales, Taobao would be completely free. When financial advisors asked about making money, Ma said, "We don't have to worry about the money. If we can create value for our customers, we can find ways to make money later."
and eBay already came back with a response saying free is not a business model.
Okay.
And they're saying they're much stronger because they can charge. I think we're much stronger because we can stay free.
Yeah, we can afford to be free. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, so response that quick.
Yeah, so a few hours later they did that.
That's good. Okay,
So.
that's good. Let's make them respond even quickly then.
Okay.
That's great. Very happy, very happy. Actually, they dance with our pace. That's exactly what we want. We want them to say like that. We want them to do things like that. That's good. The day when they disappear in China, they will regret for what they said today. Business model for charging is already proved in the States. So you don't have to prove the market, you have to prove how big the market is. You have to prove that you can create value in this market. But they just did not listen. Well, free is still a good word for C2C because it's so premature market yet. Only 8% of people in internet users here has tried the online shopping. So among 100 people, 92 people have not tried using the internet. Why you want to prove the business model is better than not charging? I just can't believe that. John?
Yeah, hey.
Yeah. Did you see the eBay? Their peer.
15.1 million users at the end of September, I think.
15 point.
Yeah, at the end of September.
So we're growing at like 50% faster rate than they are.
Okay.
You think eBay's time is over?
Almost over. Too late for them in China. Unless they do something really, really meaningful.
For small Chinese merchants trying online selling, eBay's fees were a barrier. Taobao's free approach removed this obstacle, bringing many sellers to the platform. Ma saw that trust was a key issue eBay missed. In a market where people paid with cash face-to-face, getting Chinese consumers to send money to strangers online was difficult. eBay's Western payment solutions didn't address this cultural issue. In October 2003, Ma introduced Alipay. This payment system held the buyer's money until they confirmed they received the goods. Only then would sellers get paid. The solution changed things for first-time online shoppers by addressing their biggest fear: paying and getting nothing. Ma's local knowledge went beyond payments. He knew Chinese consumers shopped differently than Westerners. While eBay focused on efficiency, Taobao added features matching Chinese shopping culture, like messaging that allowed real-time price negotiation, similar to physical markets. eBay struggled to adapt. Their decision-making managed from US headquarters made them slow to respond to Taobao's changes. By the time eBay executives recognized the threat, Taobao gained momentum. By 2005, Taobao led China's e-commerce market. That year, Yahoo invested $1 billion in Alibaba, buying a 40% stake and giving its China operations to the company. This money helped Alibaba grow while eBay lost market share. By 2006, Taobao dominated China's consumer marketplace, while eBay's market share had fallen. The global giant had retreated, eventually closing its Chinese site and forming a joint venture with a local partner. The victory showed how Chinese internet companies could succeed against global giants by understanding local needs and building custom solutions. Ma proved that resources alone don't determine winners in new markets. What matters more is adaptability, cultural insight, and willingness to create new business models. When Alibaba beat eBay, the company almost didn't survive to fight that battle. In 2000, when the dot-com bubble burst, Alibaba needed money at a time when investors were avoiding internet companies. The economic situation in 2000 was tough for internet startups. Alibaba was close to failure, with cash running out and investors avoiding tech companies. When established financial firms like Goldman Sachs refused to invest, Alibaba's future looked bleak. Masayoshi Son, the billionaire founder of SoftBank, made decisions based on instincts rather than spreadsheets. When Jack Ma met with Son, neither knew those 6 minutes would change business history. Their meeting had no detailed financial plans. Sun later said his decision to invest $20 million for a 34% stake in Alibaba was based mainly on what he saw in Ma's eyes.
Well, he had no business plan and zero revenue. Employees, maybe 35, 40 employees. But his eyes was very strong eyes, strong, shining eyes. I could tell from the way he talked, the way he looked at, he has a charisma, he has a leadership.
Sun and Ma shared a vision. Both believed the internet would change China, as it had started to change Japan and the United States. They connected through their understanding of how e-commerce could grow in China's market. The investment was a bet on a future only they could see during the dot-com crash. This money allowed Alibaba to survive while competitors went bankrupt. It gave them time to improve business models and develop key innovations like Alipay's payment system. For SoftBank, the decision proved smart. By Alibaba's 2014 IPO, SoftBank's stake was worth about $60 billion, a 3,000-fold return. That investment didn't just save a struggling startup. It launched Jack Ma's bigger plan. While most business owners would focus on improving their main product, Ma wanted something more, a complete digital system that would change how business worked in China. Ma worked with leaders whose skills matched his vision. Zhou Sai's background in finance helped during the Yahoo China purchase in 2005. Lucy Ping set up the company's values: customer first, trust, teamwork, embrace change, and passion, creating the base for decisions during fast growth. In 2008, they added Taobao, a platform for businesses to sell directly to consumers. Unlike Taobao's open marketplace, Taobao focused on quality branded products, letting Alibaba reach different markets without hurting existing platforms. Daniel Zhang changed Alibaba's business by creating Singles Day in 2009, turning a day for unmarried people into the world's biggest shopping event. Zhang also led Alibaba's move from computers to mobile and expanded into cloud computing and shipping. The system worked well because all partners worked together. When small sellers on Taobao became successful, they could move to Taobao's premium platform. Both platforms sent users to Alipay, which processed payments safely, encouraging more sales across all platforms. This created a cycle where growth in one area helped others grow too. As users got comfortable using Alipay for shopping, they started using it for other things, from paying bills to managing investments. This created data that helped Alibaba better understand what consumers needed, driving more new ideas across the system. Alibaba Cloud developed as the system grew, using the massive technical setup built for e-commerce to create a new income stream. This was similar to Amazon's AWS strategy while meeting China's unique technical needs. The brilliance of Ma's approach became clearer as digital businesses evolved. Instead of making Chinese consumers and businesses adapt to Western models, Alibaba built platforms for local needs, solving Chinese problems while making it harder for foreign competitors to enter. This strategy fulfilled Ma's original goal of helping small businesses. The connected platforms gave merchants not just places to sell goods, but tools for payment, shipping, marketing, and cloud services. A complete digital system that made business possible for companies of all sizes.
Alibaba has in fact filed for its IPO in the U.S. This just crossing right now. We're going to have.
Until now, Alibaba has never had to report its finances, but to make the listing, the company had to. And we now know that it generated revenues of almost $6.5 billion up until the end of December, making a net profit of almost $3 billion.
The change from struggling startup to Chinese e-commerce leader was impressive. But for Jack Ma, it was just the start. What happens when a company that puts customers first, employees second, shareholders third, tries to win over Wall Street? By 2014, Alibaba led China's digital marketplace. Ma needed global funding that only major public offering could provide. Ma's first big decision was where to list. Though Hong Kong seemed natural for a Chinese company, Alibaba's partnership structure gave a small group of executives control over board appointments. something Hong Kong's exchange wouldn't accept. The New York Stock Exchange, with more flexible rules, became the choice. This created challenges. American investors didn't know much about Chinese internet companies, especially one with unusual governance. But what made Alibaba's IPO different was Ma's approach to those skeptical investors. During the pre-IPO meetings, Ma broke from the standard approach. While Wall Street expected detailed numbers and quarterly targets, Ma spoke honestly about Alibaba's mission to help small businesses. Instead of 5-year plans, he shared a 102-year vision for building a lasting company. "We want to be a company that creates value for society," Ma told investors, explaining his belief that focusing on customers and employees would naturally create shareholder returns. This approach, seen as radical on Wall Street, showed Ma's belief that business success goes beyond quarterly earnings. Financial experts were cautious at first. Here was a former English teacher with no technical background, quoting Forrest Gump rather than business experts, asking for billions to expand a company many Americans had never heard of. As the meeting continued, Ma's genuine passion and clear vision started winning over every tough investment banker. Alibaba's journey from apartment startup to digital empire connected in ways traditional pitches couldn't. With the IPO date coming closer, debate grew over pricing. Advisors suggested a conservative share price, but Ma, confident in Alibaba's value, pushed for 68, much higher than first planned. The offering became oversubscribed by 13 times, with applications flooding in from big investors and individuals. On September 19, 2014, Alibaba made its historic NYSE debut. Trading opened at $92.70, a 36% increase over the IPO price. Within minutes, shares reached $99.70, showing strong market confidence. By day's end, Alibaba had raised $25 billion, breaking previous IPO records. The company's market value reached $231 billion, instantly making it more valuable than Amazon, eBay, and many established tech giants, about equal to the GDP of Portugal and Finland. It symbolized China's rise as a technology power capable of creating innovative global competitors. The business Jack Ma built made him famous worldwide, but his success would soon clash with Chinese authorities. In October 2020, at a financial summit in Shanghai, Ma gave a 20-minute speech criticizing China's financial regulations. Those words would trigger a government response that changed the relationship between China and its tech giants. China doesn't have a systematic financial risk problem. Chinese finance basically doesn't have risk. The risk is a lack of a system, Ma said. What might have seemed like normal criticism in Western countries proved dangerous in China, where challenging government authority, especially publicly, crosses a line. The speech came just days before Ant Group, Alibaba's financial affiliate, was set to launch a $37 billion IPO. The government responded quickly. Regulators called Ma for questioning, and within 48 hours they suspended Ant Group's IPO, shocking global investors and reducing Alibaba's market value overnight. After this, Jack Ma disappeared from public view for nearly 3 months. His absence caused widespread speculation. Had he been detained? Was he under house arrest? When Ma finally reappeared in January 2021 in a brief video talking to rural teachers, the damage was already done. The era of uncontrolled tech growth in China had ended. And the government wasn't finished. In April 2021, regulators fined Alibaba $2.8 billion for antitrust violations, about 4% of the company's 2019 domestic revenue. Regulators found that since 2015, Alibaba had been forcing merchants into exclusive agreements that prevented them from selling on rival platforms. An Alibaba executive said during a call with analysts, "We're happy to get the matter behind us, but also the experience has made us more thoughtful about the responsibilities of a platform company." This was a big change in tone from the company that had once boldly challenged rivals like eBay. By 2022, the US trade representative had listed AliExpress as a market that enables substantial trademark counterfeiting, and included Taobao on its notorious markets list. To fight these issues, Alibaba used AI systems to scan millions of listings and created a system allowing brands to confirm violations. Despite these efforts, the damage to its reputation continued. In 2023, Alibaba announced its most dramatic restructuring, splitting into 6 largely independent business units covering e-commerce, cloud computing, logistics, entertainment, and international commerce. Leadership changed too. Jack Ma's gradual withdrawal became complete when he gave up control of Ant Group in January 2023. Daniel Zhang, who had led the company through the regulatory storm as CEO and chairman, unexpectedly resigned in September 2023. Eddie Wu became CEO, while Joseph Tsai became chairman, marking the final separation between Alibaba and its founder. By 2024, Alibaba agreed to pay $433.5 million to settle a lawsuit alleging the company had misrepresented its exclusivity practices and aspects of Ant Group's planned IPO. Throughout this difficult period, Alibaba's executives adapted quickly. They paid the fine without appeal, cooperated with regulators, emphasized compliance, and focused on core strengths. The company invested more in less vulnerable areas, particularly cloud computing and artificial intelligence. By 2023, Chinese authorities signaled a potential easing of the tech crackdown as they sought to stimulate economic growth. However, the landscape had permanently changed. China's tech giants now understood they operated with the permission of the state, not independently from it. Yet, even with these constraints, Alibaba remained strong. With over 1 billion active consumers and deep expertise across multiple domains, it continues to generate substantial revenue while adapting to new boundaries.
I came to business field it's an accident. I just come in, started to do it. I think someday and very soon I will go back to teach. Go back to education. This is something I have more confidence. I think I can do much better than be the Alibaba CEO.
After leaving his leadership role, Jack Ma's returned to his teaching roots, but on a much larger scale. Through the Jack Ma Foundation, he uses his wealth to support entrepreneurship, education, women's leadership, and environmental causes. He works on agricultural innovations and teaches as a visiting professor around the world, helping small businesses in the digital age. Meanwhile, Alibaba continues under CEO Eddie Wu and Chairman Joseph Tsai, who are guiding the company into the AI revolution, with a $53 billion investment planned over 3 years.
When I come back here, it's like a movie in my mind. This is the place we start. I'm the person always looking forward. I don't want to look at the things back. It was not easy. So every time I come back here, I have emotion that how could this thing happen? I mean, how can we go through all these days? But we know without these tough days, we can never be today. I remember exactly the first day when we came back, we would take all the luggage, come here, and I told everybody this is the place we're gonna work for a year probably. We're gonna eat here, we're gonna sleep here, we're gonna work in day and night here. And we will probably achieve something, or probably we'll have to go out looking for jobs together. The goal at that time, we want to be the top 10 websites in the world. At that time, we are ranking like probably like 1 million or something, 1 or 2 million. But the most important is that the Alibaba service should help millions of small business, young people, empower them, enable them to realize their dreams. In this room, we have nothing to lose. One night, I put 18 people here all together because we have a lot of internal fights. So you guys remember, now we're lucky, we're in a small room. I believe 10, 15 years later, you cannot even find each other. You probably work in Beijing, you probably work in Shanghai, somebody work in the United States, you probably don't meet each other. So we should respect and appreciate the days we're together. We had Alibaba here, we had Taobao here, we had Alibaba here, we had the DingTalks here. Most of the very good strategic companies, startups that we want to do, we put it here. That's why I always want to keep this place. Because no matter how big Alibaba is, no matter where Alibaba will be, no matter what industry we are in,
We always remember this Wuhan culture, this garage culture. And the thing that I want this company never forget is the dream, because we are at today's size. A lot of people just want, a lot of companies I learned when they fail because they want next quarter. They want a revenue, they want a profit, they forget about dreams. It's important, Alibaba dreams. It's the dreams that keep us working hard. It's dreams that keep us never afraid of the mistakes, the setbacks we have. I hope 60 years later, 80 years later, people still remember this apartment. Should never lose the dream we had from Wuhan at the apartment.